morning.
Good morning.
I'm Rich Maston. I'm our general manager out in the Eastern U.S. In from Chicago today. It's a beautiful day in Parsippany. But today is a very, very special day for the positive way. Couldn't be happier to be here. We have a number, as you can see, of very, very special guests that took time out of their busy schedules and lives and families to be with us. So we're going to take just a couple minutes to recognize these kind folks that came out to share the joy that we have today. So we'll start with Frank Cahill. If you would take a couple minutes, I think, and just say hello and introduce yourself and your friends.
So tell us.
I'm Frank Cahill, Chairman of Parsippany Shore Hills Economic Development Committee. And we'll start with Mayor James Barberio. Morris County Commissioner Tom Maston. Woman Jenny Approach. Parsippany Shore Hills Township Council President Michael DiPiero. Congressional District 11 candidate Paul DeGroot. Parsippany Shore Hills Councilman Paul Cooper Jr. Parsippany Shore Hills Council Justin Musella. Morris County Commissioner Stephen Shaw. Morris County Sheriff James Gannon. Parsippany Shore Hills Council Vice President Loretta Grania. And Assemblyman Brian Burton. And Woman of the Year, DPPR.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks. In a minute, you're going to meet a man who, along with some really special friends of his, helped bring this whole concept together, the concept of positive development. But before we do that, two other groups of people I'd like to thank. First of all, our truly special guests of the day are the wonderful children that are sitting on the floor. You all are why we get up in the morning every day. You all are what truly brings us joy. So thank you for being here and celebrating with us. Thank you. I mentioned the fellow over here that you're going to meet in a couple minutes who brought the organization together. But I had the great pleasure of introducing a co-worker and now more importantly a dear friend, Natalie Kitts. So, whereas another guy you're going to meet in a minute brought the whole idea together, this wonderful woman next to me has literally eaten, slept, breathed positive development and the concept of bringing an extraordinary center to Parsippany. I think it's safe to say that this is truly a dream come true for Natalie. And it's hard to even express how much effort and time she's put into this. So thank you so much.
So this is emotional for me for so many reasons. Just first of all, looking around the room and just be so incredibly thankful for the people that are here, the staff that are here that have been working night and day to be able to provide services to our families. Our families are so dedicated and so amazing that they trust us to provide amazing services to their children. 2 years ago, the state of New Jersey did this incredible thing that really started to unravel my dreams because I had always intended on bringing DIR to families throughout the state. It was about 2003. All right, sorry. When I learned about developmental intervention through an amazing person who inspired me and has been my mentor and driven me to do the best that I could do for all the children I work with. And that's Monica Osgood. And she is really good. Monica had worked together with many people in the Department of Health, Steve Tooney and Shanique McGowan, and myself and Mike and a few others just really got together at the table and said, how do we make this developmental approach accessible to all families and who deserve it, not just people who can afford it and pay for it. So Monica really started to have that conversation, and Mike came to the table and said, I have some ideas. And I thought to myself, well, tell me about these ideas because I can only do so much on my own. And getting to a place where I can find somebody to partner with, and setting my dreams to bring developmental services out to all families has just been incredible to me. So I'm going to pass this over to Monica so she can tell you a little bit more about the developmental approach and what she's done in this
Hi, Natalie. Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you, Natalie, for so many years and getting to know Mike. And there are so many faces here that I know and recognize, people that I've maybe worked with for a very long time and new friends that I just met. So thank you so much for having me here. Did you want me to say anything about? Okay, sorry. You mentioned just that I would talk a little bit about the approach. I won't do anything long-winded, but for those of you who are new here, positive development uses an approach called DIR, which is developmental individual difference relationship-based intervention, and it really is relationship-based, just as it says. So the D is development. We are looking at children's development, their typical developmental milestones, and building off their strengths, and through relationships, working on some of the areas that they need to build up. And the I is individuals. So everyone has individual differences, we all do. So no intervention should be a cookie cutter intervention that has the same goals and trajectory for everyone. It really does need to be individualized to the person and who they are, how they experience the world, their likes, their dislikes, and all those good things. So that's the DIR model. And thanks to Mike and Positive Development and Natalie and everyone here, this is one of the first DIR clinics really in this area, and it's just wonderful that parents now have a choice of intervention approaches, not just one. And that's pretty much what I've grown up with. Here in the state of New Jersey, I have a school that I founded. Actually, this past summer was our 25th summer camp. So I know how hard it is to start something new like this and how exhausting it is. But again, just knowing that parents now have a choice of intervention, not just the behavioral approach, which there's nothing wrong with. But again, it's not a one size fits all. We're humans. So thank you all for doing this.
add to that. So Monica and I met when my son went to her school, 2003, and that's when I really learned what it's like to be a mom and learning about an approach that changes our lives. And that was my inspiration. So thank you for all your help.
And her amazing son now works at our school and is helping other individuals through the same approach. So that's pretty remarkable. He's an amazing guy, and that's thanks to all the work that he did. So yeah, every once in a while just sends me a text that just says thank you. I mean, just like when I'm doing so. I know I'm gonna get all of it. All right, I did prepare something, so I just wanted to say, you know, it was, I guess I was 23, I had to guess this earlier when I was reading it, that I stepped into my first classroom that I worked in. It's hard to believe that was only 5 years ago. While I was working in an ABA school, my work was diverging, or I was working in a behavioral school for children with autism, and I felt myself kind of doing something different. You know, I'd get down on the floor, I'd pray. I was always getting in trouble for not following the strict protocol of questions and answers I was supposed to be getting. But I knew in my heart that there was a better way, that we had to connect with these kids in a positive way. So, I'm like trying to read my own writing. But there was an OT there at that school that introduced me to the DIR model, and I went to my first DIR conference back then. And I really had the epiphany at that time that the relationship-based model was really the framework that I was already using in a sense, but it was really just like finding a family. I was like, oh, you know, there are other people out there that think the same way, and that was, I never went back. So I'll never forget my first time working on the floor in Stanley Greenspan's office. He is one of the co-founders of the DIR approach. Or presenting at the senior clinician meeting with Serena Leader, who's the other co-founder. And just to be in the presence of these clinical giants, and my phone is ringing in my back pocket, which I know is my son because we're leaving on vacation right after this. So he's probably like, "Where are you?" And what followed next was the best years of my life in my career. So watching this model grow over the last 30 years and contributing to the DIR model with many of you has been one of the greatest honors of my life. We have worked tirelessly to advocate for this approach and provide thousands of families and professionals with the clinical resources needed to maximize the development of diverse individuals. Now is a critical time. Do I need to answer something? Now is a critical time in the history of developmental interventions. Our organizations, the individuals and families we serve in our community, insurance companies, schools, agencies, and adult programs are now recognizing now more than ever that parents deserve a choice when it comes to intervention for their children. Positive development is fulfilling a significant unmet need for the families we serve. Until recently, parents only had the option of receiving behavioral interventions as services at home and in clinics through Medicaid and private insurance. This has resulted in tremendous financial burdens for these families who already live with many challenges. Our community is in urgent need of more DIR providers who can work through the managed care organizations to meet the needs of our families. And I'm so grateful to everyone at Positive Development who worked so hard to meet this need. And it really is a massive need. So I know that a lot of you are aware of that, but it's really pretty profound. Dr. Serena Weeder, who is the other co-founder, also, she was sorry that she couldn't be here, but she just wanted to thank Natalie and Mike and everyone for how wonderful this center is and how rewarding it is to her and validation of the DIR model that has been around so long, and it just makes her so happy to see this open and see the model continue to thrive. So my heart is filled with such gratitude for all of you. Thank you for this great honor, but most of all, thank you for the incredible work that you do to promote positive development and make a meaningful difference in the lives of individuals with autism and other diverse needs.
Thanks, Monica. Wow. This is an incredible and overwhelming experience. And if I, at any point during this, sound like a plane that's taking off and you're not sure where it's going to land, it's because we had a newborn 5 weeks ago and I got about 3 hours of sleep last night.
You wish 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks I wish. So, thank you all, everybody in this room. That really took every single person in this room to make this happen. Positive development started with a really simple idea, which came to me because I got to know Monica and Natalie and Sue and so many other incredible clinicians practicing this model, and was blown away that this wasn't covered by insurance, because I was working for Blue Cross Blue Shield and I knew it was also cheaper. So that you could provide better quality care at a lower price and serve more kids ultimately. And so as soon as we found out that the state of New Jersey was going to pay for these services, we said we have to be there as soon as possible. We have to pick the best possible clinician in the state to start the clinic around, which is Natalie. So that was 10 months ago. She built this incredible team that you guys see here, who we're so thankful for. And there are so many families here in this room that we are so thankful for trusting us with the most important people in your lives. So thank you. It took all of us, and we're just getting started. So appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, we're gonna get back and start to party and eat and all that fun stuff very soon, but we have one more special thing that we have to do. There's a ribbon to be cut. This is the TSA's worst nightmare, getting this from Chicago. But we're gonna use it today. So if we could have Natalie on one end and our wonderful mayor on the other end. Each gonna take a handle there. We're gonna do a countdown. Someone's gonna pull that cord. Hey Ryan, do you have your hands free? Okay, we can't do this without a countdown and some cheering. So Are we ready? 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
One more word, please.
Loretta, Paul, David, Loretta, Michael,
Be careful with the balloons.
First of all, I want to welcome you to Parsippany. Natalie is a little emotional. You got me emotional too. I want to welcome you to Parsippany. I wish our positive development the very best. I can tell you this, you're a very, very positive town. And Monica, your words were really nice. And, I can't say my personal experience, but I've seen what it takes to have individuals like you help, those children here. It means a lot, and I've seen it firsthand. And that being said, I wish you all the very best of luck in Parsippany. And I have an open door policy, so if you need anything, feel free to call me.
On behalf of the Parsippany Troy Hills Economic Development Advisory Committee, we welcome positive development to the Township of Parsippany Troy Hills, and we thank you for choosing Parsippany.
All right. Thank you. We're here.
Yeah, let's get a nice picture.